Kia ora and good morning to members of the financial services community, members of the media, our providers and stakeholders, to this, our first virtual online Future Ready Summit for 2022 on behalf of the Financial Services Council. My name's Trisha Edmonds, and it's very much my pleasure to welcome and thank each of you for taking time out of your diaries to attend and listen to our diverse range of speakers and content agenda this morning. Undoubtedly, events of this nature cannot go ahead without the kind and generous support of our sponsors. I'd like to thank all of the sponsors who are going to be on the slide just coming up for their kind and generous support in ensuring that this event could go through this morning. Whilst we were obviously really disappointed that we were unable to have our in-person, face-to-face conference in Queenstown, the FSC team are frantically working behind the scenes to get a new date, details of which will be released shortly. I mean, obviously, we're clearly working in a pandemic world at the moment, and we want to ensure that everybody's safety and well-being is top priority. But soon as we know those details, we'll release them to you. Now to today's agenda. First up, I will be welcoming Richard Clippen, the CEO of the Financial Services Council, and he's going to welcome the Honourable Dr. Clark. Dr. Clark's going to say a few words, and then we'll have a bit of a fireside chat with Richard Clippen. I will then welcome Andrew Bailey, the National Party member for Port Waikato and the spokesperson for Commerce and Consumer Affairs. And Andrew will also say a few words and then have a brief conversation with Richard. I'll then take the opportunity to talk to John Botica and Derek Grantham from the Financial Markets Authority. I'm really keen on understanding their observations near on 1 year in to FSLA that was introduced in March 2021. Because we were going to Queenstown, we want to honour our Queenstown community whānau, and we're very pleased to be able to welcome Matt Wong, who's the director and founder of iFly in Queenstown. He's going to have a chat with Mark Granovich about the opportunities that can arise in this environment that we find ourselves in. So it's a great story and a great tourism event. Then I'd like to welcome Sam Tremathick from AIA. Sam and his team have recently undertaken some research about advisor wellbeing, and Sam's going to talk and present some slides on that, and then we'll have a bit of a more detailed conversation with Clarissa Hurst from the FSC. And then we'll have a wrap about 10:45. So obviously a very diverse and interesting agenda in front of you this morning. The one thing I do want to point out, it's your participation and engagement that's important to make these events really successful for you. So can I please encourage you to use our Q&A and chat line. I'll make sure as a facilitator and for all our facilitators that we do make time available, that your questions do get answered by each of our guests. So sit down, get your cup of coffee ready, and we'll get started. But before we get right into the agenda, I'd like to welcome Rob Flanagan, the chair of the FSC board, to formally open up this morning's event. Over to you, Rob.
Thank you, Trish, and tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, katoa. On behalf of the Financial Services Board, we really welcome you all today to the Future Ready Advice Summit. Giving and receiving financial advice is probably the most strategic issue for the financial services industry in New Zealand, and probably for the country as a whole. Reading some of our own research, it's a little bit old now, but only between 5 and 13% receive financial advice on an ongoing basis. In a different research document, it's stated by working with a financial advisor over a period of 25 years, on average, you would achieve twice the value compared to a self-managed portfolio. So the rewards for all stakeholders, customers, product providers, advisors, and community and the economy is absolutely huge. Our journey started last year with Get in Shape Advice Summit, and now we move to the future. So again, welcome and thank you for attending. We hope that you obtain real value from today's presentations. So back to you, Trish.